Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Translation. Outside of the three planetary systems, Swarga, Martya and Patala, the four yugas multiplied by 1000 comprise one day on the planet of Brahma. A similar period comprises a night of Brahma, in which the creator of the universe goes to sleep. Purport. When Brahma goes to sleep in his night time, the three planetary systems below Brahmaloka are all submerged in the water of devastation. In his sleeping condition, Brahma dreams about the Garbhodakshayi Vishnu and takes instruction from the Lord for the rehabilitation of the devastated area of space. Thus ends the Bhakti Vedanta purport. Trilokya yuk sahasram bahir abrahmano dinam tavat ev nishatata yan nimilati Vishrak. See, Trilokya. So, Trilokya means three lokas. Which are those? Swarga, Martya and Patala. So, as we know, the universe which we belongs to has 14 planetary systems, which are divided into the three portions, where the living entity having material desire are residing. So, first called Mritya Loka means Bhur Loka. Bhur, Vaha, Swaha, Maha, Jan, Tap, Sat, and then God goes like Atal, Bital, Talatal, Patal, like this goes down. So the three divided means middle planetary systems is called Bhurloka. And above Bhurloka, but down the Maharloka is called upper planetary system. And down of Bhurloka is called lower planetary systems. So this Bhu Mandala is nothing but the Bhurloka, and other than Bhurloka, if you go down, is put together, everything is called from Atal to Patala, is called full Patala. And they are the subterranean planetary system. They are like underground basements. So that's the reason that light does not go there. That's the reason the snakes having hoods on the gems, they get the light there. Sun and moon light cannot go because they are the subterranean, they are the basement. And so it is said on the earth we have four yugas, Satyuga, Treta, Dwapar and Kali Yuga. And the whole duration is certain duration 43 lakhs 20,000 years. If that multiply by 1000 comprise the one day of Brahma. So not only Brahma but Mahar, Jan, Tap and Sat. They put together, sometimes called Brahmaloka also. Because Jan, Tap, Mahar, Jan, Tap, Sat, all four lokas, the living entity goes. Those who have no material desire, the aim is only to self-realization. So they have realized the aim of human life is to do self-realization. So the top level four planetary systems, all the living entity from Mahar, Jan, Tap, Sat, all living entity are practicing some kind of spiritual processes to to realize the truth. So there the time cycle is the same on the top 4 level. And it says that as we know in the Bhagavad Gita also, Sahasrayug Paryantam Aharyat Brahmano Vidu Ratrim Yug Sahasrantam Teho Ratr Vidojana. So as Bhagavad Gita also says, Sahasrayug Paryantam. Ahar means day, Yat Brahmano Vidu. So Brahma's one day is 1000 cycles of Mahayoga. So when Brahma goes to sleep, so Brahma, this much day times and Brahma goes to sleep. When Brahma goes to sleep or is about to sleep, I would say, not goes to sleep, is about to sleep. When 1000 yuga is about to finish. So in the last called Sandhya, last Sandhya, it happens, that time the whole Bhurloka is resting on what? The Bhurloka. Or Bhumandala. Bhumandala is resting on Anant Shesh. And when Brahma is about to sleep or his day is about to end, from the mouth of Anant Shesha, huge fire comes. And till Swarga, all the living entities get burnt and they dies. And for how many years the fire comes from the mouth of Anant Shesha? 36,000 years, which is equivalent to 100 years of demigods. Now there's a relative time systems. Like Earth, 1 year. Earth, 1 year equal to 1 day and night of demigods. And Pitraloka, this college. That is 1 month is here equal to 1 day there. So then this goes for further. So by the mouth of Anant Shesha, for 36,000 years, huge fire comes. All the living entity, till Swarga, they get burnt. And even in the Janloka, they feel heat. Now let's say there's a fire in the next building. So this building we feel all heat. So they feel a lot of heat. So by which in the Maharloka, they take aeroplanes. What is there? We think aeroplanes is there only with us. They also have aeroplanes. They take aeroplanes and this all the living entities shift from Maharloka to Janloka. And when actually night comes, all the living entity, but anyway now Mahar is evacuated or empty. So now Jan, Tap and Sat, all the living entity, including Brahma, when he goes to sleep, he has to sleep inside the body of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. And now beautifully explained in this today verse. So when Brahma goes to sleep in his night time, 3 planetary systems below Brahmaloka, Brahmaloka means including 4, are submerged into water. So fire comes, all they goes to sleep. Then after the fire, what happens? Huge torrent of rains and violent wind happens. So till Swarga, first fire, after fire to subside the fire, huge rain comes. So till Swarga, they all get submerged. All get submerged into the water of devastation. In his sleeping condition, what do? Brahma dreams about the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. When Brahma went back to the body of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, he dreams into the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu comes. And he takes the instruction from the Lord for the rehabilitation, how to recreate. Other day we were hearing from Stoka Maharaj. Now every day Brahma has to create. Night, partial devastation happens. Next, again he has to create the body. So that cycle is happening, continuously is happening. So, in the Bhagavad Gita, it is beautifully explained. Now, this one day of Brahma is called one kalpa, which comprises those cycles. Or these, in the material universe, not even Brahma is free from process of birth, old age, disease and death. Brahma, however, is directly engaged in the service of Supreme Lord in the management of this universe. Therefore, he is at once attained liberation. So, actually, it is said Brahma dies when 100 years of Brahma happens. Brahma goes back to spiritual world. And it says all the living entities in the Brahma Loka, when Brahma is about to die, or when is dying Brahma, all the living entities transfer to the respected, depending on their mentality, but still they all go to the spiritual. Some may merge into the Brahman, some may further move other places. So as we know from the Garbhodakshayi Vishnu, and before the Karnakshayi Vishnu, so all the Brahmanda comes from his skin pore, and this Brahma is nothing like a bubbles, like in the Atlantic Ocean. Prabhupada is giving the example in this purport. Atlantic Ocean, a bubble comes and goes. So these all Brahma is like bubbles, they're coming and going. So the time of 100 years, which Brahma for us is huge, 311 trillions and something 210 billions years. So that whole time for us is huge. For Brahma is also 100 years. For Mahavishnu is the Nimisha. For him is just blinking the eyes. And Prabhupada says all this happens like a flash of a light flash comes and goes. All Brahma is coming and going. Brahma is coming and going like this. So it is said that at the beginning of Brahma's day, all living entities become manifest from the unmanifested state. So before Brahma day comes, they are unmanifested. Where they are? Inside the body of Garbhodakshayi. And the first day of Brahma, where they were? They were in the body of Karnakshayi Vishnu. Actually, in the beginning, all conditioned souls are there inside the body of Karnakshayi Vishnu. When different Brahmanda comes, so each Brahmanda, Karnakshayi Vishnu expand as a Garbhodakshayi Vishnu, and each Karnakshayi Vishnu carries certain amount of jiva. Depending on certain criteria, which is very difficult to ascertain what is that criteria, and they all enter with those jiva. And this all sum total of all the jiva, the karma, their material desire put together, by which in the navel of Garbhodakshayi Vishnu, the stem comes and the Brahma takes birth. So the sum total of their karmas and the particular universe happens. So they are unmanifest. Then actually manifest means they get the body. Unmanifest, they don't have body. It's not Lord is manifested, Lord unmanifest. Manifest means it's visible to our eyes. Unmanifest means it's not visible to our eyes. So at the beginning of Brahma's day, all living entity become manifest from the unmanifest state. Thereafter, when the night falls, they are merged into the unmanifest again. Like this, Bhut Grama Sa Evayam Bhutva Bhutya Praliyate Ratra Agame Vasha Partha Prabhavanti Ahar Agramam. So it says, again and again when Brahma's day arrived, all living entities come into being And when arrival of Brahma's night, they helplessly annihilated. Can you see they are get burned? What a painful scenario. And in the further purport it says that when they get burned, such a horrible pain. Pain again they got now they get they again get some inspiration to enjoy. So the material sense gratification is very, very addictive and intoxicated. Even though they suffer so much, still they continue to desire sense gratification. So the less intelligent who try to remain within this material world may be elevated to the higher planets and then again must come down to this planet Earth. Earth called the Karma Bhumi. So Mrityaloka. So like a fairy example is given in the previous chapter. Now it goes up, then goes down. So during the daytime of Brahma, they can exhibit their activities on higher and lower planets within the material world. But at the coming of Brahma's night, they all annihilated. In the day, they receive various bodies of material activities. See, this body, we have got material body to fulfill our fancy material desires. No? We develop some stupid material desires and we want to enjoy those. So we got this body, and through body, in illusory way, we try to satisfy. Like in a video game, sometimes we play some game. So you are sitting outside, you are just pressing the button and doing something, and inside you are a big thing, you are climbing on the mountain, you are hitting someone. So this like is kind of video game. And the soul is just witnessing the whole activities. But by doing so much, we are the experiencer. Even though everything is illusory, but we are going through the experience which is very, very miserable. Prabhupada gives elsewhere the example like the person is sleeping and having the very horrible dream. So even though it's a dream, but the experience you go through the dream is very horrible. So in the day, they receive various bodies for material activities, and at night they no longer have bodies, but remain compact in the body of Vishnu. Can you see millions here you need a compacted Vishnu, inactive state. Then again they are manifested at the arrival of Brahma's day. Bhutva praliyate. During the day they become manifest, at night they are unmanifested, annihilated again. Ultimately, when Brahma's life is finished, they are all annihilated and remain unmanifest for millions and millions of years inside the body of Kandakshay Vishnu. And when Brahma is born again, in another millennium, they are again manifest. In this way, they are captivated by the spell of material world. But those intelligent persons who take to Krishna consciousness use the human life fully in devotional service of the Lord, chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Thus they transfer themselves even in this life to the spiritual planet of Krishna and become eternally blissful there, not being subject to such rebirth. So, Bhaktyamam Abhijanati. Unless we get rid of or wipe off all the material desire, we have to keep coming to this material world and going through the Dukhalya Mashadana, going through the suffering, Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. So our body comes because of we had some material desire, want to fulfill, we get a material body. So as long as you have material body, you have to go through this continuous cycle of birth and death. So Prabhupada, those who are intelligent, they take up the process of devotional service and transfer themselves to the spiritual world. So, yeah. It says, this is one word, this is ana. Paras tasmastu bhavo anyo vyakto vyaktat sanatana yasa sarveshu bhuteshu nashassu na vinashyati. So it says, yet there is another unmanifested nature. Unmanifested is not manifest to our eyes. It is spiritual word, which is eternal and is transcendental to this manifested and unmanifested matter. This matter manifests, the whole world comes, unmanifest, dissolve. So it is supreme and is never annihilated. When all in this world is annihilated, that part remains as it is. So the Krishna's supreme abode is being explained by Srila Prabhupada in the purport, what is the wonder for that world is, and where is unlimited happiness is there. Ramante yogino anante satyanand chitatmani iti ram pade nasho param brahma avidhiyate. So that is the definition of Rama. The Ram Navami is coming. So the world of Rama, Ramante yogino anante satyanand chidatmani. Satyanand means real Ananda. Satyananda. Ramante yogino anante. So devotees, the yogis is referred to devotees, they take the unlimited pleasure, true pleasure. Chidatmani in spiritual things. So that spiritual unlimited pleasure, iti ram padena aso. Aso means he. So that unlimited spiritual pleasure is being referred as Ram Padena. Padena means world, the world called Ram. So Ram means the unlimited spiritual pleasure. Param Brahm Avidhyate. That is Param. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, the Lord Rama's activities are briefly described by Sukadeva Goswami. Why is it given briefly, not in the, I won't say, in the detailed one? Because Sukadeva Goswami says that, I know, because Ram Katha was very popular among general populace as well. Now, so Ram Katha, no, many people they know. So because you have heard many times, so I am just giving you the synopsis of it. And Sukadeva Goswami is saying that I am going to synopsis of that, and by synopsis of that is said that after hearing of Ram Katha, what happens? It's a beautiful verse which by hearing about the Ram Katha or the activities of Ramchandra, so Sukadeva Goswami is saying, Purusho Ram Charitam Shavren Upadhariyan Nr Samshay Paro Rajan Karma Bandhir Vimuchyate. So in the 9th canto, 10th and 11th chapter has the only Ram activity of Lord Rama, and the last in the 11th chapter is saying Purusho Ramacharitam Shravane by hearing about Ramacharitam. What is Upadharyan? But only about hearing, just hear about activities of the Lord Rama. What happens? Andhra Samshay Parorajan. Whole material existence is actually cause for our enviousness. Begin from the Lord, it boils down to this material world. Because the material life means envious. One person is envious to another, another is envious to others. That's the material existence. Spiritual existence means there's no enviousness. They want to do good for others. They want to serve others. So there's no enviousness. So Andhra Samshay Paro Rajan. So they will be completely wiped from enviousness. And karma bandhir vimuchyate. And also they comes out from the karma bandhana. So it is said that in the Purport Prabhupada is writing, O King Parikshit, anyone who orally receives the narrations concerning the characteristics of Lord Rama Chandra's pastime will ultimately be freed from the disease of envy and thus be liberated from bondage of fruitive activities. So when we hear the Shravan about Leelas of Krishna or Rama or the Supreme Lord, our material disease we carry in the heart, as a dirty heart becomes cleansed. Shranvata Shriddhaya Nityam Grahantas Swachistitam Kalena Nathi Dirgena Bhagavan Biste Hirdi. Shravana, when we do Shravanam, when we do Shravan for what? Swachistena Grahantash, when we hear sincerely. That to Nityam, Shranvata, Shriddhaya Nityam. When we hear from Shriddha, Shranvata, Shriddhaya, Nityam, always, and also Swachistitam, Grahantash Swachistam, by endeavoring to hear attentively. When we do, as I said, Kalena Nathi Dirgena, Na Ati Dirgena Kalena, Na Ati Dirgena, without delay. Bhagavan Bisite Hirdi, Krishna get established in the heart. Sadhyo, even the beginning of Bhagavatam, what is it? Sadhyo Arudhyati Hirdi. By attentively hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna get compacted in the heart. And how does Krishna get compacted? By hearing about Shraddha. Pravastra Karna Randrena Sonam Bhav Sarunam Dhunoti Samalam Krishnam Salilas Yatha Sarat. So, Pravastra Karna, Krishna entered from where? Ear holes. Randrena means hole. Randhra Veranam, na, that comes. Randhra means hole. Pravastra Kalna Randrena. Asaroram and Dhunoti Samlam Krishnam. Dhunoti means Dhona, cleaning. So Lord goes and clean our heart. Dhunoti Samlam Yatha Sailat Yatha Sarat. Now let's say sometime we have in the folk beginning sessions, we have this mud example. So we have a lot of mud in the glass. We pour the fresh water very fast way, very running fresh water. So this water comes out. Same thing when we take the Krishna Katha attentively, Nityam, with the faith and with the continuous manner, then all the dirt in the heart get wiped off. And then only we can be completely engaged in devotional service, pure devotional service. And pure devotional service can attract the attention of Krishna. There's only one way to attract the attention of Krishna, is a pure devotional service. So it is said that our all activities should lead to the liberation. Otherwise, they will become cause for bondage. Na dharmashya apavargasya. So all dharma means occupational duty. All should be done for apavarga, not for anything else. Otherwise, anyway, karma bandhena. It becomes our karma bandhana. Yagnarthat karmano anyat lokoyam karmandana. Tadartham karma konteya mukta sangam paramajit. So all the activities should be diverted about satisfying the desire of Krishna. And other class also we were hearing about bhakti means fulfilling the desire of Krishna is called bhakti. Any action, any word or any thought process in the mind, if they serve Krishna, so that is called bhakti. Iya yassa harer dharse karmana manasa gira nikle sau avastasu jivan mukta sauchate. So when persons is karmana manasa gira, all are engaged in service of Krishna, then even though he may be living, but still he is not in this world. So because this whole creation is unparalleled, and we see even small time calculation, each atom, and we have read in the previous chapter and this chapter also how this each small atom, 3 atoms put together become a one visible atom. This all very systematically. It's not something by chance, which so kind scientists they say. Big Bang theory, all Prabhupada criticized a lot of. It's not something. Everything happening very systematically. So even to understand one small concept itself is a very difficult and is impossible to understand by our mind, even the material world. Somehow we flick here and there some law. We said all we are great scientists. But to even understand this, even the time concept which is described in Bhagavad and Srimad Bhagavatam, that itself is a very difficult to conceive. So the whole material creation and including spiritual creation is very beautifully designed by the Parasakti. Very varieties of energies Krishna is working to create and give certain experience to us. So understand the whole process is not a speculation. Even being the greatest intelligent person in this world is Brahma, he denies the process. Jnane pryaso udpasanamanteva jivanti sanmukharitam bhavtiya bharatam sthane sthitam shruti ketam tanuman manobe. So again Brahma is saying, Jnane Prayase, our speculation, our so-called material intelligence will not help us to understand. Only Shruti Gatan, Bhavatiya Bhartam, hearing about Krishna. Sthani Sthiti, wherever you are, please keep hearing. As we hear more about Krishna, as we hear more about spiritual knowledge, the realization gets fixed in our heart. Bhagavatam on the 3rd canto, the beginning, I think 2nd chapter. Prabhupada gives a very good example. Even by our own endeavor, we can never touch Krishna. But even spiritually also, we may be chanting, sincerely worshipping, doing some service. That's very insignificant in one sense. But Krishna sees our endeavor. He sincerely is trying. Then he comes and helps the jiva. Like his example, generally, Chandrapati Prabhu gives one example. One young boy, little boy comes, he says, Father is always doing some weightlifting. So that young boy comes, said, Father is not there. He's trying to start lifting. Somehow, trying. Nothing is happening. He keep trying. Suddenly it is start lifting. Then he says, oh, I'm able to lift it. But actually, father comes on the back, seeing that this child trying to do something, he helps the child. The same thing when we try whatever little service to Krishna, even we are very insignificant, we don't have anything, we cannot do much. But seeing our sincere effort, Lord provides whatever need. Ananyas chintantu mam e jana paripasate tesa tana yoga chemamba. So that faith and conviction, the Lord, with full faith and conviction, very sincerely we try to serve Krishna, Krishna will help us. So the element of faith is also very important. Shriddha sabde विश्वास कहे सुदृढ़ निश्चया कृष्णा भक्ति के लिए सर्व कर्म कृत हया. So if you do serve Krishna nicely, Krishna Bhakti ke liye, if you do Bhakti, Krishna Bhakti, Sarva Karma Kirthaya means all our work will achieve perfection. So when we do Bhakti, Krishna become our partner. And other yoga system, individually you have to do. So that's the reason, like when we do Krishna become partner, Krishna help us. And other Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, you have to do on endeavoring, struggling with the senses, keep doing out of many thousands of years, lifetime, we keep doing, may not be successful. But ultimately, you have to realize complete absolute truth. You have to come to the platform of bhakti, devotion to Krishna. Other yoga may have some little devotion, which only can help them to realize even Brahman. Brahman also, by their own endeavor, nobody can even realize Brahman also. For that also is very, Krishna says 12th chapter Bhagavad Gita, very difficult, very painful process. That also by the mercy of Krishna says, oh, so much is struggling, he's doing nonsense. Let him give him some realization. That all by his mercy only we can realize in Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan. So, but bhakti is such a great thing. By doing sincere devotional service, Krishna become purchased. Tulsi dal matrena jalas chulkeneva vikriyate swayam atmanam bhaktebhyo bhaktavatsala. Because the Krishna is he loves his devotees. So even if one offers any small water and tulsi leaves, Krishna get purchased by devotees. Can you see who can purchase Krishna? Nobody can purchase. He is a proprietor of everything. Aham sarvasya prabhu matta sarvam nabhogeshwar prashakta. So nobody can purchase Krishna. But Krishna get purchased willingly. Aham bhakta paradhino. Even Krishna become the dependent on his devotees. By their love, by his devotion. Premanjan chutar bhakti bilosha. So by love and devotion, when we do service to Krishna, and by our little endeavor, Krishna become very pleased and Krishna get purchased by his dear devotees. So here we see the Brahma, it says even Brahma Loka, Brahma is one of the very great devotee of the Lord, and his assigned work entrusted by the Lord to create and populate the whole universe, so that further the purpose of this universe can be fulfilled. So here also Brahma is getting all his knowledge, strength, power, skills from Krishna. And as we read, Brahma is so praying to Lord, please guide me properly so that I do not develop pride in it. Because I am doing great tasks, I may develop pride by creating the whole universe. So please save me not to develop pride by doing the activity which is assigned by you. So we're reading further about how things will happen in this chapter. Thank you. I will stop here. Vrindavan Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Jai Gaur Prem Nande, Hari Hari.